Clean metal is super important for a strong weld. Because the inside of the crack has some rust and grease, I'll take a thin cutoff disc and make a small groove along the crack and clean it up, and make a V for the weld to fill. One last pass with a flap wheel, and this baby is ready to weld. I'll power up the TIG and switch it to DC mode. I'm using the pulse feature to limit the overall heat input into the frame, while still being able to get good penetration. The Dynasty 280 has a Pro Set feature that helps take some of the guesswork out of TIG welding. It's configured to pulse 100 times per second and only spend 40% of the time at peak power. It's pretty simple to use a TIG. Just keep the electrode close to the surface, start the arc, and heat up the base material until it starts to melt. Then, slowly add filler. There are many methods, but I am dabbing the filler in. You should always try to keep the tip of the filler rod inside the ceramic cup of the welder so it stays in the argon shielding gas to prevent oxidation. With a TIG welder, the power is controlled with a foot pedal, just like the accelerator on a car. When coming to an edge or a hole, less power is needed to prevent burning through. So I'll simply lift off the pedal a bit until I'm back in the middle of the material or done with the beam. Well, we have the frame all welded up, and it's just as strong as it was on the day that it left the factory. But obviously, it's not strong enough because the crack happened in the first place. So how are we actually going to reinforce this frame rather than just repair the damage? Well, we went to Summit Racing and picked up this frame repair kit that fits 67 to 91 four-wheel drive Blazers, Suburbans, and pickup trucks. It's just a stamped piece of steel that slides over the frame. We weld it into place, and it'll provide enough reinforcement that this problem is never going to happen again. I'll hold up the plate and roughly mark the outside of the frame, so I know where the edges will be. Then, a grinder with a 40 grit flap wheel is used to remove all the paint from the repair area. I'll also flatten the new welds so the plate can sit flat against the frame. I'll again mark the edges of the plate and the holes in the center, then mask over those areas. By using some Duplicolor weld-through primer, the inside of the repair can be protected from rust. With the paint dry, I'll bolt the plate onto the frame and tighten it until it makes contact. A C-clamp helps press the plate to the frame, and I can begin welding the holes in the center and work my way out. It's a simple process of clamp, hammer, weld, and repeat. Now, this is a bit of a tedious job. I'm not going to lie. It does take some time. It's not hard work, just time consuming. You've got to make sure this plate fits perfectly on the frame so there's no gaps when you go to weld it up. But if your frame is cracked, there's really no other option. Now, this kit also comes with another plate that mounts up underneath the frame and ties into the cross member, providing even more strength. Now, as for me, I've got some more hammering and welding to do.